There we are, include audio.
And we're live. Welcome back. This is the third episode of Dungeon Crawlers. We're starting today. It's been a few days, but it's not such a bad thing. We're heading to the Banished Cells this time. Exciting. We have to fight some Daedra.
Big Daedra Eno.
Let's hope we won't be waiting too long to get into a dungeon. Usually aren't waiting that long.
Oh, thought it popped up with the thing for a second then I was like, oh, that soon.
Banished Cells is pretty popular, so we shouldn't be waiting for that long. I don't think anyway. I checked it out earlier. I believe we've still got that glitch going on with the merchants.
That's a bit rubbish. Pizzazz. Let's see. Yeah, that glitch is still happening.
Yeah, it's still happening. That is worst, absolute worst. You can sell one thing and then it's just like, nope, I ain't working anymore.
No, I don't think I will.
Yeah, the duty carrier. I mean, at least you can get your equipment repaired, there's that.
Yeah. There we are.
You got your daily reward yet?
Yeah, I got my daily reward. I'm on, I think I've managed to actually get every single day so far.
Cool. That's not bad at all. Today's reward is some soul gems, which isn't a bad thing. You can always use more soul gems.
Yeah. It's, I'm swimming in them, words, I'm swimming in them at the minute.
I have ability points to assign. There we go. And have champion points to assign.
Nice. Very nice.
Doesn't take me out of the queue when I go into this menu, does it?
No, it doesn't.
That's good. Not doing too bad on the champion point front. Oh, just got an advancement. Another advancement as well. Another one. Did you talk to the people at the stable today?
Yeah, I did just before.
Cool. It's always when you want to actually play one of these dungeons that it decides to take forever, but like, you're just tossing about, you're grinding, you're playing alone. They always, like, you're always instantly in for playing one.
It's, inconsistent. Sometimes it takes, like, literally, like, you click the button and then, like, you've not even fully taken your finger off the button and then, thingy also called the queue has found someone.
Other times you'll be waiting. There you go.
There we are.
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. And it shall appear.
And there we go, banish cells 1.
Yeah, the audio seems to be working.
That's good. Always annoying getting the audio balance just right.
Yeah, audio seems fine to me. What I've need. There we are.
One of the people didn't get fast traveled her. The other damage dealer. Yeah, I've already done the quest for Banish Cells 1. There we go, they've appeared in the dungeon now, that's good. Why is that guy just standing there?
Dude on our team, or?
Yeah, dude on our team, he's literally just stood there in the entranceway. Look, he's just stood there. He's stood there the whole time.
Oh, what, like this guy over here? I don't know.
Yeah, this guy. He's the healer.
Yes, very good job, healer. Thank you. Very cool.
Let's hope he actually starts doing his job. Doesn't seem like it might be AFK actually.
Yeah. Might have been an emergency or something, maybe. I don't know.
He's moving.
Yeah, there we are. There's some healing spells being thingied.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Yes.
There we go.
There we are. Ain't there much been happening in the world that we can get annoyed about? That's what we always inevitably talk about in these streams.
Yeah, there's not much surprisingly. I mean, there's obviously been more riots in America about, you know, the vaccine because the second wave of vaccines just rolled out in a few different states.
Yeah,
People,
and
obviously they're getting annoyed about that.
only in the
We don't
US.
want a vaccine.
Yeah, only in the US will people be content with children and old people fucking dying.
Well, old people, yeah, that's fine.
Oh dear. Oh yeah, no,
it's not even children, it's younger people. Like, children aren't affected by it the same way unless they're extremely immunely compromised. They can't get sick from it the same way that we can. All
Yeah.
it is about it, it's just it reacts differently when you're younger.
It's because certain parts of your body haven't formed completely yet. It's like, for example, the chickenpox. I believe chickenpox is a virus. I don't know off the top of my head, but
I think it's a virus, yeah, because you can build antibodies against it.
yeah,
That's why when you get it once, you don't get it again.
yeah. Well, thingy, what's it called? The The reason why it's different for children and adults is because like for adults it retreats into your nerves, into your nerve cells, which is why like you're in so much pain, because your immune system is basically attacking your nerve cells to get the virus out. But in a child, it doesn't do that.
You just itchy as fuck.
Yeah, it stays in your dermal layer for some reason.
Really weird. Like, you gotta get like if you're a girl, you get a vaccine. I can't remember what it's called. It's kind of like a 3-in-1, but basically it ensures that if you ever get pregnant, that you can't get chickenpox again, because something about being pregnant means that you can get chickenpox again.
I think it might just be it puts a strain on your immune system or something. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Something like that, but again, like, it can be really dangerous because, like, not only does it attack your nerves, but it attacks the baby's nerves as well.
Yeah.
Like, a few other things in that 3-in-1 vaccine, but I don't know what the other things are. I think one's to do with measles. I'm not quite sure though.
Measles is quite nasty from what I've heard of it.
Yeah, my mum, when she was little, she had the chickenpox and measles at the same time.
Oh damn.
Yeah, she's got like a few like scars on her forehead from like where she picked at the spots.
Oh dear. That's not good.
It's quite funny. Her sister like made fun of her when it happened to her, and then obviously because they live in the same household, then her sister caught it, and then she got it a lot worse for a lot longer.
Calm as a bitch.
Calmer as a bitch, like, don't. There's so many stupid things that her sister did over the years, like, I'm gonna be a bitch and make you do all of the chores, and then she's fucking surprised when my mum throws a bookcase on her.
Bit of an overreaction to drop a bookshelf on someone. Just because they were trying to make you do chores.
It was a rickety old bookshelf, and basically, like, brushing past it would make it fall over.
Ah, right, okay, so it wasn't particularly heavy.
Nah, nothing important was on it, just a couple books.
Yeah, you can just easily, like, pick them back up and put them back on, I take it.
Yeah. I mean, she still got in trouble, but she says to this day it was still worth it.
To be honest,
Because,
I think
Cindy
that's
went and told, she went and told their mum, obviously.
yeah.
And, my nan asked, like, why did she drop the bookcase on you? And Cindy went, I don't know.
Assuming your gran knows them well enough that she wouldn't drop a bookshelf on her for no reason.
Yeah, no. Cindy was always the kind of troublesome one, whereas my mum was always the one that's like, she gets into trouble, but it's like never her fault. Like,
Yeah.
she's implicated in it.
She just can't let an insult sit. She has to respond.
Exactly. You know, you don't take that sort of crap, and you know, that's how it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't give it if you can't take it.
Not enough people live by that. There's quite a few people that like to give it, and then as soon as they get anything back, they're like a little bitch and cry about it.
I need a safe space. Stupid. The same rules should apply across, you know, like, different classes of people, different races of people, different genders. But no, people are just fucking bitches towards one another. There's always that one person that has to be a one-up. Oh, I can do this, but you can't do it back because I'm special.
They're making a black ethno state actually in America somewhere. I think it's in Oregon. They've already completed stage 1. They need to buy land, which they've done. They've bought like 10 acres, I think. I don't know how much an acre is because I don't use their weird measurement system. So however much 10 acres is. But it's enough to build a city on, apparently, so that's what they're going to do, is they're going to pay for construction workers to build a city for them, and then white people aren't going to be allowed. It's like up in the mountains of Oregon or something like that. I know it's up a mountain somewhere. So who was it? I think it was Xander Hall was covering it. Like a left-wing YouTuber. He kind of just debunks reactionary stuff, and he was just taking the piss out of it because like the rhetoric that they use and the kinds of things that they say, they're literally identical to Nazis. They're just black supremacists instead of white.
Yeah, but that's alright, apparently.
Yeah, no,
Racism's alright if you're of colour.
it's not. Like a lot of people like make uncharitable takes and fuck, what's the word? Interpretations of it. People try to argue interpersonal racism isn't like, a big deal. Like it is a big deal because like it's it's not like it's not something that should be tolerated regardless of who it's targeted at. But thinking what's it called? Like there's a difference between like being racist towards a black person because they've the system is against them and you've got the system on your side if you're white, and then like a black person, so like saying something interpersonally racist to a white person.
I don't know, it's one of them things on social media, like, it seems like, a black person can say whatever they want against a white person. It can be the most horrible, heinous, untrue
Yeah,
shit
there
out
is there
and
absolutely is a double standard.
yeah, like, a black person can say anything they want about a white person, even if it's not true, and you'll still see, like, so many people being on their side. But if someone white tries to argue back, this isn't right, you've got so many facts wrong, blah blah blah, this is why, this is that, so many people just dogpile them, go, are you racist?
Yeah, a lot of people like to conceal themselves in echo chambers so that as soon as they've got any kind of dissenting opinion, they just don't like go racist and then close the door.
Yeah, they do.
And they don't leave
They're
any
just
room
not
for
willing to
discussion.
listen to
Yeah. It's a loud minority. It's mostly a concentration of people on Twitter. Twitter's a cesspool.
Infuriating.
Like, if you see something on Twitter, like, just automatically assume that person is in bad faith. Like, very few people on Twitter interact in good faith.
Why do you think I don't use Twitter?
Yeah, I don't use Twitter particularly often either. I just occasionally, like, keep up with things that, like, people are tweeting and stuff, like, video game devs and stuff like that, if they post something to Twitter, but that's it, really.
I rely on, like, when you open up Google search and it brings you up a newsfeed, like,
Yeah.
the search bar. If it's worth knowing, it's probably going to be in there for me because I've subscribed to a few different things on Google News.
Yeah,
And
that's fair.
obviously I'll hear about it through you.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, like, I know I'm going to get pissed off by it, so I'm not going to surround myself with it because, I can't change it, and
Yeah,
anything
and
that
it's
I
not
would
good
do
for your
about
health
it's not gonna
either.
make a difference. Yeah, no, it's not good for your mental health because, kind of makes me sound really old, but maybe back before the internet when local news was the only one that mattered, maybe that was a bit better. More information isn't always better.
Yeah.
Me knowing that children are starving in Africa, there's nothing I can do about it, but now I know about it.
Yeah.
It makes me sound horrible, but yeah, I think you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's all well and good knowing that something's happening, but not really being able to do much about it because you don't have the resources to do anything about it is, just kind of depressing.
Yeah, even like you can give to all these charities like SOS Africa, you can, do so many different things. You can sponsor a child, you can do this and that, but you'll never make a big enough impact to actually change someone's quality of life over there, but yet you know everything about it, you know the plight, as if, you were this person, you know everything about it, but there's nothing that's going to change over your lifetime about it, because one person simply can't make a difference.
I mean, a collection of people can make a difference, but,
They can, yeah, that's true. And, that's why worldwide media is a good thing. But it does have, mental health ramifications for many people. Like, you might be of a, you might be you're from a poor household and you can't donate to these causes, and then you feel like a shit person because you can't.
Yeah.
But in reality, you know, given your circumstances and what society you're living in at the time, you're just as worse off.
Yeah, I mean, there's a far cry between, like, you know, being poor in a developed nation where...
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying there's a thingy at that. I'm just saying it's kind of shit that people that are, you know, of a disadvantaged space should be made to feel like they should give the same amount that someone else in a privileged
exactly.
position should.
Maybe if fucking rich people paid their taxes, this wouldn't be as much of a problem. But,
Or big businesses like fucking Costa Coffee and Starbucks.
yeah.
Amazon.
Jeff Bezos is only a trillionaire because he dodges taxes.
Dodges taxes, like dodges is the nonce police. I didn't say anything.
He certainly looks like a nonce.
Most rich people look like nonces.
That's probably because they are.
If you're rich, no one's gonna tell you no, are they?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Epstein Island is a thing, and, like, literally everyone there was rich elite, so...
Well, you know. I feel like, you know, more things like Epstein Island, they definitely do exist, but the media doesn't hear about them. And when they do, it's for a media story, because I heard something a while back, all sorts of publicity, there's no such thing as a bad publicity because it's bringing attention to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether it's good or bad, people are going to remember you. Like, it's been how many years since Hitler died and people still know his name today?
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna be in the history books for a long time because of, you know, fucking horrific shit he did.
No, on that same kind of line, back when GTA was a lot more controversial than it is now, its ad campaign was basically, hey, fucking old people hate this game, you should play it and be cool, and it fucking worked.
For what game, sorry?
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah,
really
Grand Theft Auto.
controversial.
Yeah, because all the boomers got super triggered over it. They were like, it's teaching our children to be gangsters and to treat women like whores and to this and that, and it's like,
Again, the
Calm down,
publicity
boomer.
stunt worked.
Yeah, it got them more stuff, more swaggerino, more sales.
I think Grand Theft Auto 5 is still one of the best-selling games to date. Like, Minecraft is the best-selling game to date, right underneath Tetris, but I know that Grand Theft Auto is up there in the top 10. They've sold a ridiculous amount of units of Grand Theft Auto, I know that. Still selling it today, for fuck's sake. I know that they're relaunching it for the new consoles as well.
Hopefully they remaster it.
Hopefully. I know that Skyrim fucking...
Yeah,
Skyrim's
Skyrim, they're gonna
getting
make a new...
re-release.
Yeah, they're gonna make a new thingy for Skyrim. No doubt.
Fuck. That reminds me, this year, in December, Skyrim's 10 years old.
Yeah, I know. Fucking crazy, isn't it?
Don't you just feel old?
Certainly do. I feel ancient.
I remember when it first came out and I was like, holy shit, you can be a werewolf! You come out from playing Oblivion where the people, like, they're made out of fucking a mixture between origami and Play-Doh. And then you go into Skyrim and you're like, holy shit, it's so realistic!
Holy shit, what is this? A new Elder Scrolls game? Do mine eyes tell you lies?
Time is nigh, I must fly, venture forth on my quest. Goodbye ma, goodbye pa, and goodbye girlfriend's breasts. I remember watching that video when it first came out. I must have watched it about 20 times in a row because I just couldn't stop laughing.
Oh god.
I remember my mum coming in on me watching it, and it just ended to the scene where he's like comatose in front of the screen with a boner.
Oh no. What did she
I
say?
remember she just gave me a weird look and go, oh, yeah, that weird place on the internet again, and I said, yeah.
That weird place on the internet. Give it well.
Yeah. That weird place on the internet again. Could you bring out Izabi? So I can dump the shit I can't sell.
I literally brought her out just as you asked me to. So I'm gonna put some stuff myself in there.
We are psychically linked.
Yes. There we are.
Have you seen people online are still going on about Prince Philip's death as well?
For me, it's kind of died down a bit.
I keep seeing posts every now and then, like, saying so many days since one of the best princes of England died. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
This is fucking... When he died, like, I saw a bunch of people just reiterating jokes they've made about him, where, because when he was alive, he looked like he was already dead. People were making, like, a Weekend at Bernie's, is it, or whatever, that movie where they accidentally kill him, or he dies or something, and then they, like, prop his body up and do ventriloquism with him for the whole weekend.
Yeah, it was that. I've seen a lot of that in my feed as well. It's funny as hell.
And, fucking ghoul, Fallout ghoul jokes about him as well, because he looks like a ghoul from Fallout. What's wrong with smooth skin?
He did.
Never seen a ghoul before.
That's all I can say to that.
Yeah.
Cringe factor 20. We've got one champion point for that dungeon right now.
Now that is epic. Spend it wisely.
Yes. Okay, back into the dungeon finder. Let's do vanish cells too.
Why don't more members are offline? Oh, I need to kick someone out of the group.
Yeah, I really hate it when they just go offline rather than leaving the group first.
Yeah, fucking arseholes.
So inconsiderate!
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
There we go, we are queued.
Q-Ed.
That actually reminds me, bringing up something we talked about in the last episode about, well, talked about in this episode as well with the fucking ethnic state and shit like that, back to the racism topic, because, you know, that's stuff you know, people all, you know, they're like, oh, yeah, black people, they're oppressed and this and that, but you gotta remember, there are different, you know, there's different races of white people that are oppressed as well. Like, you've got what happened to the Irish, you've got what happened to the Scottish, you've got what happened to the fucking Welsh, you've got what happened to the Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, Welsh people are still going through cultural erasure still, even today. You're not allowed to speak Welsh in Parliament because it's quote-unquote a foreign language.
Foreign, even though it's just, it's fucking from here.
Yeah, exactly. It's, you know, English is technically a foreign language because it's descended from Old French or something.
Language.
Yeah, it's a bunch of different languages.
Bunch of different shitty languages mushed together that makes it fucking impossible to learn how to read or write it if you're not from this country, and if you're dyslexic, you got no fucking hope. I mean, I should know.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, damn, that's loud, holy shit. There we go. Accept the quest. Excellent, okay. Like yeah, there's a I mean in that's the thing though. Over here in the in Europe, like there's different kind of ethnicities of white people. But in the US, there's like it's not that much. Like their their view of race is excuse the pun here, but it's more black and white than over here in Europe.
That's very true. That's very true. I mean, not kind of discrediting blame here, but you know that's kind of the school system's problem. You know, that's their fault for not educating their populace.
Yeah, exactly. Holy shit, this guy's voice is loud. Like, why is the boss's voice so loud?
I think that's just your end.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have a setting up that's a bit dumb. There we go. Yeah, no, I mean, the US is pretty horrible. It's like pretty authoritarian when it comes to brainwashing children. From what I know, at least. Because they're made to like say the Pledge of Allegiance during the morning in school. I don't know if it's every day, but like we don't have anything like that over in the UK, thank God. Imagine like fucking having to sing the national anthem every morning or something.
We did have something like that back in the school I went to, but it was Catholic. Like we had to say a prayer every morning in assembly. It was so annoying.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Same, I went to a Catholic primary school, and then thankfully my secondary school was secular.
I never went to secondary, so my only experience at school was the primary school was
Yeah.
Scottish Catholic as well, so they're strict as fuck.
Oh god.
I don't think that should be allowed, to be honest. I don't think schools should have any sort of religious bearing.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Shouldn't.
Probably a really unpopular opinion.
I think religion should be kept out of schools. I don't think religion has any place, because that's the thing with indoctrination. It's when, you know, children are easiest to indoctrinate. I really don't like the kind of thingy. Sorry, go on.
You shouldn't have that influence around you when you're that age, because your brain is just a sponge. You know, monkey see, monkey do, and you're not going to be able to tell the difference between, you know, what they're telling you about this religious shit and anything else. You can't form your own opinion at that age, and by the time you're old enough to form your own opinion, it's too late.
Yeah, because they've already kind of left that imprint, and you've been taught how the world works.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not saying it's the same for every kid, you know, people from religious backgrounds, they can just, you know, form their own opinion later, but when it gets to you at a younger age, you're more likely to stay religious, and I think that's why religious schools are a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because, the state wasn't always secular, it used to be intertwined with religion. And church and state used to be the same thing, so.
Just you're seen as a heretic and you fucking burn at the stake for being a witch.
Yeah. Some of the dumbest shit.
This woman knows how to read, she's a witch.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's, you know, it was just another kind of misogynistic thing at the time, was, you know, just a way to just keep, you know, any form of what would today be considered feminism from forming. Just,
They had a pretty hard time of, you know, controlling it around the time that the women's rights movement started, because obviously, you know, society had progressed and realised
yeah, it was no longer secular. It was no longer like church and state wasn't the same thing anymore. It was a secular state.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you couldn't, you know, bog people down because of fucking beliefs like that. There's so many just wrong ideas when it comes to religion and, you know, what's written in these fucking holy books. You know, not just the Bible, like the Quran and other holy texts.
I mean, the Abrahamic religions, in my opinion, are some of the worst. When it
Yeah,
comes to, like, kind of
definitely.
like, a lot of the followers, like, you know, obviously there's different kind of interpretations, and, you know, plenty of people who follow these religions who are, like, you know, maybe even progressive, but, you know, like, when, you know, people can say, like, oh, it's all up to interpretation, but, you know, when the holy book has been used for so many hundred years, to, you know, oppress people, you know, you kind of have to have to look at, you know, the holy book, and then look at the people, you know, following the holy book, and, you know, like, it's not really a fair rebuttal, because, like, you know, there's plenty of things in the Bible that are, you know, I can't think of any verses right off the top of my head, but I do know there's examples where like, it decries some things. I've heard that it doesn't actually decry homosexuality, like, explicitly within the Bible anywhere, but there are several verses and stuff that are, like, pretty, like, low-key homophobic, where it can very easily be interpreted as, you know, being gay is bad.
Yeah, but you also gotta think, you know, these verses have probably changed very slightly over the centuries, you know,
Yeah,
like
translations and
thoughts,
stuff.
because, you know, I'm an atheist. These books were not influenced by a holy person. They were written by a man. And that man's thoughts and ideas went into this book, and then they curved the thoughts of an entire populace.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
the thoughts of this one person and, you know, their bias and whatnot went into this book.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you can't say, like, oh, it's good for everyone because it's, you know, a holy script. It's not. It's not. It was created by a person, and you're letting your life be dictated by the opinion of this one person.
Who's dead and gone and has been for thousands of years now.
Exactly. You know, you gotta remember that the Bible was made, you know, hundreds of years ago, probably by people that were poorer than dirt, and most of them couldn't read as well.
Yeah.
And now we're in an age where, you know, you can send people up to the freaking space station for months on end. You can go to Mars. Well, you can't go to Mars. You can send rovers to Mars, but... And people are still taking stock from this book that was, you know, made back when we thought strapping baked potatoes to your head made the headache go away. That's a real Victorian aid for a headache, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Some wacky kind of cures that people thought, like, they used to think disease was caused by bad smells, before
Yeah.
germs were discovered.
They used to think that women became toxic at their time of month just because someone observed a flower wilting after a nurse touched it that was on her menstrual cycle.
Oh,
Yeah, that gives you an idea of the fucking times that, you know,
yeah,
what
I
was
mean,
around him.
yeah, you know, the 100 years ago, you know, women had literally no rights.
Were more objects than people back then.
Yeah, like, they were literally property, like, you know, dowries and things like that, like, you were literally just paying for the daughter.
Yep. All times have changed, eh?
Yeah. I mean,
But again, like, back with the racist thing, there's just some people who won't fucking let it go.
yeah. I mean, did you know that child marriage is actually still legal in most of the states of the US?
Oh, lovely.
I think it's like
They can't
50.
fucking drink or drive till they're 21, but... No, they can drive when they're 18. You
Yeah.
can't fucking drink till they're 21, but you can get married.
Yeah, like, it's still quite common in some states as well. I think it's only like 4 states it's like fully illegal and like covered on all aspects that you can't get married until you're 18 years old. But child marriages are more common than you think in the US. And
Disgusting.
and usually it's almost always a girl who's around like 12 to 16, getting married off to by her parents to a man who's in his 40s and upwards, so somewhere between his 40s and 60s is kind of the main kind of age range of thingy.
Jesus Christ, like that's the sort of thing you'd think you'd be hearing about from the Middle East or Africa, but not from the
happens
US.
in the US. Yep, happens in the US. Like I said, like I will completely and utterly die on this hill. The US is almost indistinguishable from an undeveloped nation when you look at some of the things that happen there. Like, you know, if you can't afford insurance, I'm afraid you're gonna have to die. Yeah.
Or live in debt for the entirety of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you if you ever want to better yourself, because, you know, that debt's gonna follow you to your grave. And your family. Because after you die, it goes to them.
Yeah, exactly. Is that something that can happen over here? Do you inherit debt over here, or is that just an American thing?
I honestly don't know. I think it's probably dependent on what you owe money over. Like, I
Yeah.
know with a house, like a mortgage, that debt can be transferred. Like, anyone else of that name, like basically if you can't pay it, obviously it goes to the bank and that property gets taken.
Yeah.
But I don't think you inherit the debt, like, oh, if you don't pay it, you know, you're gonna be in trouble. I think it's just, you know, whatever it is gets taken away, but I don't know, I can't be sure.
Property is mine.
No, fire, no!
Hilo doesn't seem to be doing it particularly good. Oh no, they're actually doing a decent job.
It's because I was stood in the fire, because
Yeah.
I couldn't move because I was stunned.
Where did he go? Ah, there he is.
He's off. I don't know, debt over here can be pretty brutal as well, but you're definitely not going to be left in the shit like you would in America. Like,
Yeah.
there's systems over here to help you pay it off, and
Oh.
obviously if you're injured, you don't need to worry about having debt, because we have the NHS, thankfully.
Hmm.
But like, higher education and that, you most certainly are going to get fucked in the ass for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you get support over here. I think that in the US you have scholarships, so like if you're super high achieving, like if you get like straight A's and stuff, they'll let you go to a thingamajiggy university of your choice, depending on how well you do as well. Like if you can apply, I don't know too much about how scholarships work, but there are some programs.
If you're good at a
but
specific skill, they'll pay for your schooling.
yeah,
Like, you usually get scholarships if, like, say you're really good at football, but obviously you're fucking tanking in all your, like, classes that require a brain, you can get a scholarship to send you to college to do football.
yeah.
Over here, like, you can get grants for higher education, like, even when you're an older person. Like, my auntie, she went back to college a few years ago, she got a government grant to do so, because she proved that, you know, with her experience and whatnot, that she'd be a good applicant for that sort of thing.
Yeah. That sounds.
So you do get help over here, it's just, if you're a younger person and you've not got much to your name, it's gonna be difficult for you.
Yeah, it's like people like to say, "Oh, we live in a meritocracy," but we really don't. If you're rich, you have all the advantages in the world. If you're poor, it's an uphill battle, no matter where you go. Sometimes you'll be given a hand, but you can only hope.
Yeah, maybe one day it'll be better.
Yeah, someday. I mean, people, every day people are doing activism. People are doing things to help. I mean, there's people who, like, raise funds for food banks. People donate food to food banks, things like that. Food banks exist. What else is there? What else? Like, people set up homeless kitchens for homeless people and stuff, don't they? So, people help.
Yeah, people do help. You know, there is good in the world. It's just
Actually, some of the good
Luckily,
has to
there
rise up
is-
because of bad. Like, the fact that there has to
Yeah.
be soup kitchens for homeless people is, a sad fact of the world. It's good that they exist, but it's also bad that they exist because it means that there's homeless people that for them to exist for.
oh, the duality. Oh no, kind of reminds me of a saying I heard. You know, you've got to have the darkness to appreciate the light.
Hmm.
You know, there's good to every bad because that's how it works.
Yeah. Yin and yang.
There's a silver lining. Yeah, yin and yang.
I mean, yin and yang, the whole, I think one of the whole, like, symbolisms of it is that there's always, like, an inkling of one in the other. There's always a small
Yeah.
aspect of one in the other. There's always a small aspect of bad in the good, and always a small aspect of good in the bad. There's always a silver lining,
Oh.
or whatever the opposite kind of metaphor for a silver lining is. Opposite meaning.
Skid mark.
Skid mark lining.
Well, I'd say that's quite the opposite. Oh god. Well, that was our 2 dungeons for today's episode and our complaining for today.
Yeah.
Don't you just love how shit the world is?
Yeah, it's great.
Truly amazing, but at least it makes for good conversation. Anyway, that's all from us today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Dungeon Crawlers. If you're watching on YouTube, leave us a like. If you want, leave us a comment. And if you really liked the episode, maybe give us a subscribe. That's all from us. See you
Goodbye, friends.
next time.